have included a policy related to school security officers, but we're going to take that back to the Operations Policy Committee. But we just want to have that in front of you tonight for that consideration. Ultimately, the big question for this program will be whether or not we choose to arm those school security officers. That is a significant change from where we are, but we want to talk about some pros and cons in this decision, and we want to be really intentional about how we develop this program and making sure that we set up a program that is of high quality for our community. So
it'll provide armed school security officers in those 16 locations. Again, it's repetition here, that don't have the school resource officers. Those would also include some alternative locations, not just elementary schools. This program is made possible by the grant, like we talked about. We're going to dig into that in a few more slides. And then the school security officers are comprised of former police officers. Again, we work for you. We're under the command and control of the school board. The SRO, the school resource officer, is a law enforcement officer that is employed by the local police department, trained, worked the street, gained that experience, and then he's assigned to a school. And ultimately, that SRO is under the command and control of the chief of police, not the school board. So those are the big ticket items of the difference. Well, in the first thing we do is when they arrive, we're there. We float between car drop-off ride line where you've seen me. I float between the buses. And then I'm in the hallway, I'm giving high fives, fist bumps. If you got a couple of the fifth graders that are too cool for school, I kind of walk funny next to them and build that rapport so that they can trust me and that they enjoy me. And they seek out that attention from you. They seek out that approval. And at the same time, when they're not following the rules and not quite acting the way they should, and they'll come to you for approval, that's where you come in. I don't want to say as a parental figure, but it really sort of is. It's the same way I treat my kids.
A role model.
I can't give you that right now because you're not doing what you should be doing. You need to do it this way. So we coach them on how to solve their problems better. Or if they're having a rough time, or you see that one student that's crying because they just got off the bus, that's where the police officer in me, that investigative nature comes into play. Hey, what happened? You weren't like this. What's going on? Do you want to talk? Do you want to come over here? Maybe you incorporate a teacher, but the relationship is there because we work so hard to build it in a compassionate way where if I got to take a knee and get down on their level, I'm going to do that. There's also, there's a lot of humor I use. I've had a couple of them where they're walking through the hallway and they look at you like that, and they do it back at me. And that particular student in particular, I came to him today when he was eating lunch, and I squatted down and I said, hey, don't think I didn't notice you were here today. And he started laughing and smiling, and that's the interaction. It's a great job, I'm not going to lie.